Hi, everyone. Well, we're into the month of May, although the day I recorded this didn't really feel like it, but that's another story. I hope your Irish research is going well, and we've got a lot of plans for the month of May. Let's give you a sample of what we've got going on. The May Irish Saturday will be held on May 13th, so stop on by the Hoffman Research Library, which is located at the Minnesota Genealogy Center in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. Now, here's an opportunity to get some of your Irish research questions answered. The Minnesota Genealogy Center is located at 1385 Mendota Heights Road, Suite 100. You can also stop by the library during regular business hours. And to find out more about the library and hours of operation, go to the website at mngs.org. And our monthly webinar will feature Susan O'Connor, who will be presenting a talk called Finding Ancestors Under the Southern Cross. In multiple waves of migrations, thousands of immigrants came to Australia. Records for these people often start in their native countries and then seem to disappear. Now, if family lore has them going to Australia, understanding when and why they came, their religions, settlement, and family patterns can help you come to know your ancestors better and guide your research. The session will give you an overview of Australian records available both online and in repositories to help research find the stories of these people. Now, that'll be held on May 13th from 10:30 a.m. until noon Central Daylight Time. Again, the cost for members is $15 and $25 for non-members. Trish Little Taylor is the co-chair of the Education Committee for the IGSI. She has heard Susan O'Connor's talk in the past regarding Australian records and decided this would make a great webinar for the IGSI. In fact, it even helped her out personally.
We know an awful lot of Irish went to Australia as prisoners. A lot of girls went to Australia. They would go into the workhouses and take the youngish, healthy young ladies and say, we'll take you to Australia and you can get married, sort of mail order brides. Obviously, well before the internet dating world, but
19th century version of it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we have a lot of families. And from what I understand now, a lot of the Australians are trying to find out if they're directly related to convicts. That's sort of a feather in their cap. Like we think being related to the founding fathers is wonderful. They think being related to a convict is interesting. But Susan did a great talk explaining the records and how to use them. So it was something that I found absolutely fascinating, something I have not really delved into. I still haven't, but it's on my bucket list.
The IGSI has been conducting these monthly webinars for a few years now with great success. In fact, this year, so far, has been no exception. The year started out with Fiona Fitzsimons. I had a chance recently to talk to Trish Little Taylor, who is the co-chair of the Education Committee for the IGSI. Trish talked about many things regarding the webinars, starting with Fiona, who talked about church records and the differences between the Church of Ireland records and Catholic records.
She's done talks on vital records, which would include the fact that civil records don't begin until 1864 for births, deaths, and marriages. But if you're talking Church of Ireland marriage, that can be as early as 1845. We've got a woman, Lisa Welsh-Starty, and she's going to be talking about using databases that are not so common. She's using the Immigrant Bank Savings Database, which goes up to, I believe it is 1883, and then the Massachusetts Catholic Order of Foresters, and taking those insurance records or those bank records and extrapolating how you can take those common names and create a family history. What can you find out about the wife or the children? And that's always going to be another source of information.
The biggest webinar of the year will be coming in June when Lois Mackin, Tom Rice, and Mary Wickersham hold a panel discussion during their webinar.
And that's going to be a really good session. We've got a lot of input. And again, it's going to be not oh, here's how to solve it. It's going to be, here's how to research it, so that you can look for the other tools that you're looking for. And I think that one thing that will be highlighted is, just because you looked at it a year ago, don't forget you need to look at it again, because you don't know what you're going to find.
And these webinars even help a professional like Trish, who teaches genealogy.
Obviously, we can't do everything. I mean, let's face it, the hardest problem is, where in Ireland did my ancestor come from? And I'm even dealing with brick walls on mine. So I've got a couple families and one that didn't get here till 1870s, and I'm still stumped as to where they came from.
So, are you a member of the IGSI? Why not? Sign up. Here's all you have to do. Just go to the website, irishgenealogical.org. You'll find the link for joining up and becoming a member on the left side of the page. That's where you can sign up. You can also register for the upcoming webinars on the website as well. And as a member, you can also see past webinars from the previous year. Now, we hope to see you at all the other activities that are going on, not only just for the month of May, but also for the rest of the year as well. And that's all we've got time for right now. But again, hope you get a chance to enjoy a lot of the activities the IGSI has to offer. Until next time, we'll see you.